We don't believe in ice. We don't believe in
Oh
ice.
my gosh.
We don't want to be frozen, okay? So today we are returning this weather back to you guys. You okay?
And I want to move it on to somewhere else.
You guys can
Very
have
good.
this freezing weather, okay? We are good. We are used to our warmness and all these things. So please, come on back.
Thank you.
Anyway,
I need
welcome
that
to
one
the.
too.
Yeah, you guys already froze. We're gonna freeze us, so it's okay to continue to be in the freezer.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
not
put
easy.
it in a
No,
fridge.
but no. Yeah, she stop, please.
No, we are in the
Yeah,
fridge
she
and we are managing. We don't want to go from fridge to freezer. Okay.
oh, my dear. It's not
Anyway,
easy. Even when they try to do, it's not easy. They can't be prepared enough.
right?
Honestly. Mm,
I can imagine every day shoveling snow, my dear. It's not even that serious.
it's not.
Yeah, even if I'm the governor, I will shut down everyone to that snow.
That's my, my
That's what
dear.
I would do. So it's
Yeah, I
like
will tell some people to move into the hospital,
to
Because you
stay.
don't have any excuse to say, oh, I couldn't come, oh, snow help me. No, 3 days or 4 days ahead, they're warning you, move into the hospital because you must walk. We don't want to hear snow stops me. Snow will
Um,
not stop you. Patients are there.
I know, right? We must work. Anyway, today is January the 5th of 2020. My name is Chinsa. Please help us to share, because you know they are playing games with our numbers. It is okay. So continue to share. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, and we are on, what is it, on Twitter. So there are
Yeah,
so many other platforms. You can also watch us on our
websites.
website, the
Yeah.
daughtersofTruth.org, daughtersofTruth.org. So please help us to share. Welcome to the program. We are really, really happy to have you. Together we can get this work done. Like we keep saying on this platform, this is the first time that we're actually doing something to move us forward. So don't be discouraged. Just it's time for us to finish up the work. The work has been done for us. All we have to do is to understand it. I can only liken this to the Christ dying for us, and a lot of us don't know it, and we're trying to go hang ourselves on the cross when somebody else has already done it. So please, join the moving train. Stop getting killed for no reason. Don't be packing Ubuntu in your backyard with cocoa and something that you may put on your waist thinking you have protection. Please, there's no need for that. We need our young boys, especially our young boys, to be there when this new freedom that we are looking for comes. So don't expose yourself to danger. Don't join something that you don't know. If you are in the forest, if you are whatever you are, come out, throw away all those kumkum and ebento, and begin to look like a regular citizen. We have something on the table for you. We have something that can help you get the freedom that you want to die for. We just don't want you to die in the process. Okay, my name is Mona Tosa. That's a little not take off yet. Go ahead, sister.
Thank you so much, Sister Mona. Thank you, our viewers. Please help us share, like, subscribe, hit the button. Because each time you like, somebody will say, "Oh, what are you liking?" and they come. So you're part of this thing, and then blow us. What's the other one that they like? Click on them, and all that help to get people to into the conversation that we are having because it's an important conversation. My name is Dr. Simon Okube AP. I live in Lexington. Um, I'll give us food for thought as we proceed. This month is our Black Appreciation Month. So, in this Black Appreciation Month, we want to encourage our brown sisters and brothers to begin to appreciate one another. It is our responsibility to appreciate ourselves, even if the world does not appreciate or understand us. That's not an excuse. We need to do that for ourselves. We need to love and care deeply for one another and begin to remove those who say that they're part of us, they turn around to kill us and sell us into slavery. Begin to remove them from our midst because our ancestors did that. We cannot continue to make excuses for our weaknesses or for those who do not want us to rise. It is our responsibility to tell them enough is enough. It is time for us to collectively stop those who put us down, whether they are black, white, red, blue, whatever they are. If they are putting us down, it's our responsibility to say no. Stop. You know what? Africa must rise. And for Africa to rise, we must recognize and accept our differences and uniqueness. We can no longer deny who we are. It is our identity. So whether you are Igbo, Efik, Ibibio, Ijo, Hausa, Igala, Tiv, we want to be proud of our rich and diverse ethnic nationalities and heritage. Let's begin to recognize, respect, and honor one another. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my sister, for that. Let's respect and honor one another because if not, we will all perish. I was having a conversation with my sister, and we are talking about how for all our lives we've been told that, oh, the end time is coming, the end time is coming. Then we've gone through 1000 BC, 2000 BC, 1 million BC. The only destruction that will be coming is us that will be destroyed. So the earth will continue, it will go on. So now that we know this information, why can't we work together to make sure that we collectively do well for ourselves before we perish? Because we will perish. There's no end time. End time is for you and me, everybody else. This universe that you see is going to continue for another billion BC. So as our topic goes today, please help us to share. Help us to alert other people to join the program. And there's also an opportunity for you to, interact with us live and ask questions as needed. So as the topic says today, stand your ground, enough is enough. Stand your ground, enough is enough. In Texas, we have a law that says stand your ground, which allows someone to defend themselves if they feel like their life is in danger. In other words, you have no duty to retreat when there's a reasonable belief that you are in danger, and it extends to your home front, even your vehicle or your job. You can justify using force if you believe it was absolutely necessary to prevent a violent crime. In our case, the renewing of our captivity through the general selection is considered a violent crime. So we must stand our ground. Like our brother Stephen said, like Somalia, Nigeria has become a failed state where non-state actors have administrative structures which are declaring and enforcing sit-at-home orders while others are collecting taxes from farmers and locals. In what seems like a connivance between the external and internal agent of colonization, all hell seems to be breaking loose in Africa as those who have always claimed to have kept the radical Islamic insurgency in check are now reducing military presence while allowing Islamic takeover in Afghanistan style. This is very concerning. This takeover is almost at the final phase on the home scene, aided by an air of massive deception. With the approach of the 2023 general selection, so pay special attention to this, they're saying selection, not election. For the next charlatan to pilot the capsized defunct federation called Nigeria, the feudalists seems to be under immense pressure. So we're doing a good job, people. We are checking them bumper to bumper and they are running from pillar to post. So suppose they are unable to give a dummy ticket to a dummy candidate from South. In that case, they may want to derail the already defeated 1999 military decree and assume martial powers like they tried to do after the death of Yaradua. As indigenous people come together under leaders, these bullies seem to be running out of time and tricks. At this point, every region in Nigeria, at one time or the other, has received it beating into submission. We know what they have done whenever they see they can make their way. So remember the Southeast Igbo Biafran or Biafra War of 1960 to 70 genocide. Remember the South Ogoni massacre and the hanging of Stan. So also what about the Southwest killing of Abiola and other prominent Yoruba sons and daughters? And then last but not least, Middle Belt 1999 execution of Oka and the ongoing massacre that we are seeing every day. It's everywhere, they cannot hide it. So our people, the mandate at this time should not to make sure that we stay in this prison yard, this graveyard, this sin against humanity called Nigeria. Our mandate should be to ensure that we escape alive and once again become viable. So join us today as we discuss how you and your people can stand your ground to prevail with zero and minimal casualty. At this point in time, we deserve a good strategy that requires a systematic approach that incorporates strategic planning and risk management. So I'm going to pull up our first video of the day and allow my sister to add to the discussion.
Thank you so much, Professor. Yes, it is time for us to stand our ground. You see, governance is about responsibility. One might ask, responsibility to who? To the politicians? To the political parties? Or to the people? What should be the aim of governance? At all levels, whether you're at local government, family, state, national, or whatever. What should be our aim? What should be the destination? People's welfare. That's what it would be. If a government is in place and the people are not being taken care of, it means either it's not the right government or there's no government at all. So when we tell people that Nigeria is a failed state, some people start agitating, getting so angry. Why are you getting angry? It's so obvious, can't you see it? You need to get angry? No, you need to get angry and stand up to do the right thing, to make sure that people are taken care of. Not from your little change that you buy rice and granite for them from time to time. There's a reason why there are resources in the land where the people live. Those resources should be used to take care of the people. That's the original intention. Are we on the pathway to the destination of helping the people? Or where are we in this journey? This is the question every adult will be asking himself or herself every day. Are we even on the pathway of this journey? Where we say we are going, where we set out to go as a nation, as a people? Are we on that pathway or have we left the pathway? We have left the pathway. What can we do to come back to the road? So what is happening in Nigeria is it's among all the African nations. And we want to see what this video has for us, for you to understand that other people elsewhere are thinking of how to move the people forward, thinking about the welfare of the people. How can we get the job done? That should be what is on the discussion table of everyone, not managing the disease, not managing the problem. Like, how can we solve this problem once and for all? Please go ahead, Sister Mary.
Here and here. Diagnosis. The West, China, India are colonizing us through economic imperialism. Now it starts with economic saboteurs who offer our governments grandiose development projects and loans through the aid agencies, the IMF, the World Bank, blah, 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 blah. They appeal to the egos and greed of our leaders, promising them re-election, even if it means rigging those elections. But what our leaders fail to understand is that these loans are already rigged, and there's nowhere in the world that we can repay them. So for the rest of our lives and that of our children, we are struggling to stay ahead of interest payments. If the economic saboteur fails, then the boys in plain clothes step up to the line, and we know how ruthless they can be. Their modus operandi, assassination. The result, Nicaragua, or maybe much closer to home, the Congo, where they overthrow the government and install a puppet. If that fails, then they step in with their uniform and heavy artillery. Think Vietnam, or maybe much more recently, Iraq. Make no mistake about it, we are at war.
We are.
But this is not a war that is fought with guns and nuclear weapons. China just exports cheap laborers into our country, and they kill our people with their mediocre safety standards. They force our people to work without the proper safety equipment. They disgorge poison into our rivers. This is a war that rages behind the vaunted walls of international banks and multinational corporations. They come in quietly, innocently as investors. But unless my English is wrong, an investor is one that comes into an area and leaves it better than it was before he came. But the kind of investors we have, when they pack their bags, we are poorer than we were before they came in. And unfortunately, we cannot redress these wrongs in the courts of law because these people are got binding contracts with our government.
Yep.
But we're not going to stand by and watch our country being raped. It is an insult. An insult that we're getting 0.3% royalties on our minerals. And these people are not even paying any tax on this revenue. You know why? They are selling to buyers outside the country. And that money is deposited directly into their foreign accounts.
Yep.
If this trend continues, in 30, 40 years from now, we will have nothing. Our social sector is not working. Zambia has some of the best mineral deposits in the world. And yet, look, everywhere people are starving. So it's not about race or socialism. It's about doing the right thing. I'm as much a fan of capitalism as George W. Bush, Eugene Dow, and all the rest of them. But there is a big difference, people, between equitable capitalism and this blatant raping of a nation.
Thank you, brother. Well said. He wrapped it up completely. For you to understand, he's not Nigerian. This meeting is not for Nigeria. What is happening in Nigeria is happening elsewhere. So we don't want you to be myopic. We don't want you to live in that one room that you find yourself and don't look out through the window to see what is going on. We don't want you to be ignorant. That's why we come here every Saturday. To get you informed and to make you to begin to think the way you should be thinking. Because you have been deceived for years. So we're saying that our democracy in Nigeria has been hijacked. Somebody said, when did this happen? 1966. And somebody said, what made that possible? How come they hijacked it and they are continuing with it? Why are they continuing with it? Why couldn't we get it back when we said, oh, we have now moved to democracy? Why couldn't we do that? They sealed it with 1999 Constitution. The military decree. This military decree is not the people's constitution. It's a decree, military decree. And that constitution, that military decree, so far it continues to be in place, we will never practice democracy.
Nope.
Because it is not democracy. It is military rule. Use military decree for military rule. So if the people's constitution is not in place, you are not practicing democracy. So what are you talking about election? That's why you're not having election, you're having selection. The military boys, those boys that became men and are old today, are selecting who will rule you. And that's why your rule and laws and all that will never work. Because it is about them. So we have been surviving on oxygen tank. Because someone will say, how come we didn't collapse all this? Yeah, we are taking from the mainstream. And then they kept us on oxygen tank. You know what? The oxygen in the tank is finishing right now as we speak. And that's why you're seeing more chaos. And it will not get better. People, for those of you that like preaching, you like to talk about faith. Faith is not when you are doing the wrong thing. Faith is when you are doing the right thing, because there's a reason God created this brain and put it in your head for you to do the right thing. You are doing the wrong thing and you're praying to God and calling him. That's an insult on God. You are abusing God. Even God is angry with Nigeria. Because you have failed to use your brain and you're deceiving yourself, saying you're practicing faith. I usually say that I don't think that there are Christians in Nigeria. No, I don't think so. You need to prove to me. Because if you are Christians, where is your God? Where is your God? How come the Fulanis that are not Christians are eating you up and swallowing you, and you're so handicapped and you can't even defend your children? Your children are being massacred by the ritualists, and you can't even defend them, and you call yourself a Christian? see any Christ likeness inside. We see Christians here. We see how they practice their Christianity. We see how they do things. That even my old mother that came here was able to identify and say, wow, this is Christianity. What you're practicing is deception, manipulation, and madness. It is not Christianity. So stop calling yourself Christians until you are right and do the right thing.
So sad. Please help us to continue to share. You can see my whole family is watching and they're saying it's only 8 people watching. So please help us to continue to share while we play the number game.
Question do we have here? I know we don't have more. Nigeria is still yearning for nation after her independence in 1960. Perhaps one of the greatest fault lines we have is
I
the
hope
way
this thing is coming up. The
by
volume.
which we came together.
Yeah, please will continue with your game.
Look at on the 1st of January 1914. Perhaps one of the most or the strongest fault lines is the way we were even named when we were formerly called Royal Niger Company Protectorates. And one young lady felt that name was too long. And she wrote an article in the London Economic Times on the 8th of January 1897. Said we should call that country, that area around the Niger area, which was why how we came by the name Nigeria. We didn't really agree that we were going to be one country. The Berlin West African Conference of about 1844 to 1845 merely partitioned West Africa amongst the Portuguese, the Germans, the English people, and all that. So it was not as if we agreed to come together as one nation, which is why everyone is still suspicious of the other one. We already had the Hausa city-states, the Igbo city-states, the Caribbean Borno Empire. Remember, we had great kingdoms, the Oyo Empire, the Benin Empire. Remember the great role of Oba Ovorami Nogbaisi, the man who told the British, don't visit Benin during that holy month in December of 1897. And the British said they must visit. And of course, the guards who were in charge of the boat seized them and killed them. That was what led to the infamous punitive expedition of 1898, February, led by the British, who led 1,200 troops. Didn't even know about people like great kings like Oba or like King Jaja of Opobo. They were already there. Moremi, Queen India. So we had our set ways of life and we were happy before the British came with their mercantilism, holding the Bible in one hand and, of course, slave trade on the other hand. A trade that was to ravish us for over 500 years before people like William Wilberforce, Thomas Clarkson, even our own Olaudu Equiano stepped in. And before the great American, Abraham Lincoln, on the 19th of November, 1863, abolished slave trade, for which, of course, he was promptly executed in 1865. So the problems have been there. That is why no Nigerian believes I am a Nigerian. If you ask me, I will say I'm from Ijukwe, a small village near Adenibode, in Esako, East Local Government Area of the Edo State. Because unlike what President Kennedy once told the Americans, think not of what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Nigerians ask themselves, what has Nigeria done for us that we are in turn expected to do much for her? American Revolution, the independence of 1776, and of course, the Philadelphia Convention between May and September 1787, where they decided to have a more perfect union with 50 confederates coming together. They were already confederates, but they needed to have a more perfect union. It was that convention, at that convention, that they agreed on certain irreducible minimums of government: federalism, presidentialism, the doctrine of separation of powers, which had earlier in 1748 been popularized by the great French philosopher Baron de Montesquieu. It was at that conference or convention they agreed on the doctrine of judicial review. It was at that conference that Washington himself was thrown up, who became the first president of America. It was at that conference you had the great federalists like Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, great Americans that wrote the American Constitution, which today have just about 20, I think about 27 amendments and about 7,891 words, unlike our Constitution, which is as big as a briefcase and is unworkable because it is not the people's constitution. Now, what happened at that conference is that the people decided to come together to believe in a document, in a constitution, which was people driven. After the 50 states came together, 36 states, and then subjected it to a referendum. So I've always asked the question, why is Nigeria, why are we afraid of that word referendum when we hear of
Fraud.
referendum, plebiscite?
Fraud.
Didn't we do it here at least in 1963 on the 10th of August when the Midwest region was separated from the Western region to become the fourth region in Nigeria? So, referendum is not something we should be afraid of. The process by which a constitution comes into being is even more important than the
My brother, you said it. You know, the funny thing about our people is that they will speak from this side in the morning, and then in the afternoon, when their money goes low, and they will speak from the other side. So this is an opportunity to tell you that these people know that what our problem is.
Yep.
They, because of money issues, money problems, they are not consistent in their ways. But we are consistent in our ways. We know what the issues are, and we are banging on the issues. So until, for those of you promoting pick up your PVC, people already told you the PVC card is expired, even though it does not have an expiration date. You did not make the computer system that designed this card. Anything in the computer, anything that is computerized can be manipulated by anyone at any point at any time. So in other words, you can be swiping your card, and in the back end, they will be unswiping your card, whether it's expired or not expired. So it's even worse that it's now digitalized, because if it was paper, maybe there's even a little tiny chance. But computer, anything that is data like digitalized, my sister and my brothers, you are going for selection. That's what this is all about. So when you listen to those that are hungry for money, those that are confused about what we need to do, in my opinion, if you ask me, anyone that remember what they saw in that war should not be allowed to speak. Like, you should literally go back in your graveyard and cover your mouth. Because those group of people are so traumatized. They never got any form of therapy. On top of that, the British came and put them in the dormitory where their teachers abused them. They cannot speak for us. They don't know where we're going. We are hoping that the younger generation will wake up, face the truth for what it is, so that we can move on. We can take our destiny back into our hands. Because today they will tell you that we need to subject it to a referendum. Tomorrow they will tell you I'm going for presidency. You see that we are in a precarious situation. That we are the people, especially the younger ones, that will rise up to say, make no more decisions on our behalf. We are done. Enough is enough. Self-determination is not a foreign word. Other people have done those. We've seen the benefit of having a constitution that is subject to referendum, and our people are running from it. We have group of stooges running around telling you to get your PVC, get your PVC. PVC to go and do what? Is it that you're not understanding that the constitution that you are going to renew is the one that is holding us hostage? What is it that you're confused about? Are you not worried that your PVC card is not going to count at the end of the day? You are running into the Fulani selection 2023. That's what you're running into. And as long as we are one Nigeria, they told you, as long as we are one Nigeria, the oil in Jigawa, the oil in Bayelsa will continue to belong in Jigawa. And there is nothing your stupid PVC and your voting selection will do about that. Thank you, sister. Go ahead.
It's heartbreaking because the Bible says if you know what to do and you don't do it, it's a sin. All these people are inside church, reading this Bible, seeing what God is saying, and choosing to do the opposite, and have the audacity to blame God and ask God questions. How was any case? In the morning you speak one, in the afternoon you speak another one. You're double edged. The Bible says you're fit for destruction. Because say you go this side, you go this side, you're not consistent. Yeah, they're bringing down your Bible to you. Because you are reading the Bible. Is the Bible you're using to deceive our people, calling them they are Christians? Meanwhile, the things we are seeing around us is not in line with Christianity. You see, that was Michael Solomon. Speaking so eloquently. They know the truth. So why are they not doing the right thing? They are lawyers. These are San, senior advocate of Nigeria. If their son is so handicapped, what will now happen to the poor masses? So you see, like my sister said, it's all about money making. Their stomach. They use you to make money. They were saying, we want a long-lasting and enduring structure, like other places. We want a union. If we're going to go for a union, that will be long-lasting and will be good for everyone. A structure that will outlive us, that even when we are no more on this earth, we will sleep knowing that our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will be taken care of. Not that they will be massacred, not that they will be killed, not that they will be dispersed through the Mediterranean Sea, not that they will be going through all the deserts in this world in search of food. So how do we get back on track? That's what an adult should be asking. I believe that's what from any sensible adult, a lawyer, a church leader, a traditional leader, a politician, a Nollywood star, superstar, actress, actor, musician, whatever. The question should be, how do we get on track? Not that we are telling you are out of track. We say, let's be going first. Like insult to humanity. Because people outside Nigeria cannot forget why you are still there, not negotiating your existence. You ask yourself, we said that we need a people-driven constitution. You heard Mike say it. That this, what we have is military constitution. It happened in Chile when they realized they had military constitution that would always bring out injustice. They went for referendum. They did not say, let's go and vote first and bring a stupid charlatan that will continue to drive us into evil forest. That's not what they said. They pushed and pushed, and in 1 year, they said we are not doing any other thing. They occupied the streets. They were there. They were not going to carry guns and kill military people. That's not what we are saying, no. Because we have some people that they will never understand what anybody is saying. Their brain is so damaged that when you talk here, they will hear this side. We are not telling you to go and carry chakabu gun and then start shooting policemen and military men that are also victims of Nigeria. We are saying, listen, in Chile, they occupy streets. Some of them even carry their food to stay do night vigil on the streets. They'll be there. When some people are tired, they'll go in and bathe. Others will take over. They occupy the streets of Chile. They are saying, you that are doing church service, start doing church service on the main road. That's how you occupy streets. You are dancing, go to the streets. Anything you're doing, let's occupy Nigerian streets and say that we demand referendum, not election, not selection, because there's no election. Like my sister explained to you, you're not going to vote a candidate of your heart. You're not going to vote somebody and you can trust to manage the affairs of Nigeria. You will not be allowed to do that. So why not stop that system and put up a better system? You ask yourself, is there even going to be 2023 election? You're not even sure. All this months you hear. And if there's going to be election, is it going to be free and fair? What constitution will the person that will emerge use to manage Nigeria? And what difference will that person make? Even if you go and bring Jesus, like some people say. Even if you have access to Jesus Christ of Nazareth and say, come, what will be the difference? And you ask yourself, what is the stake for this thing that you're wanting to go to? We'll break it for you. You see, the Fulanis, the caliphate, for those that don't like to hear Fulanis, maybe because they're your in-laws or whatever, remember, this is not about your individual life. This is about the political and economic destiny of a people, of a nation. So please remove your private affiliations and private relationship out of our discussion. The discussion is bigger than your little self. The Fulanis are afraid that if power is taken away from the north, their Fulanization agenda will suffer a delay or possible defeat. This is a real fear that they have. Now, the southern Nigeria, they are afraid that if power remains in the north, Nigeria will not move forward and the killings and current insecurity will continue. These things are real. The southern believe that Nigeria will continue to slide downward, that the ineffectiveness of Nigerian government will be worse.
Yep.
This is it. The caliphate in the north, as you're planning to go for this 2023 election, there is a lot of distrust, dishonesty, disunity. The Fulanis are afraid that if power leaves them, that their agenda will fail. The southerners are afraid that if power does not leave the north, they will be killed and massacred. Oh, we need a time to be planning for election or a time to have everything and sit down and say, where are we going? It's not a time to ask that question. Where are we going? The Bible says that two cannot go except they agree. Is that what Dr. Christianity teaches you? Even in marriage, Christians do not agree to marry non-Christians because they believe that God does not want them to do that. How come you agree to be in a nation with somebody that does not have the same destination as you? He wants to go through Sharia. You want to go be secular. And you call yourself a union? How is that right? You are lying even in the presence of your children, and you call yourself an adult. You call yourself a church leader. You call yourself a traditional leader. When you are deceiving even your children, are you not supposed to be ashamed of yourself? You say it's time to ask that question. Can we deliver development and prosperity? And how fast can that be? Remember, our population is growing every day. Remember also, those of you living in diaspora, scattered all over the world, The people accommodating you outside are beginning to develop very unfriendly policies towards you. So your days are numbered. Those in diaspora, those that ran out of Nigeria thinking, let's go to safe heaven. My classmates, the medical doctors, you can't practice in Nigeria and you're not ashamed of yourself that you studied to take care of your people, but you are not allowed to. You ran to another country to take care of other people while your people die. And you swore to protect and to take care of my people. Is that what the oath you took?
Yep.
You are being limited from fulfilling your destiny, your passion while you went into medical school. And you're okay with it. And it's alright for you because you're making little change. Is it all about money making? Is that why we went to this profession? Is that why you went to medical school? Those that went to make law, want to study law, are you being fulfilled? The reason why you went to law school, are you able to take care of the people legally? Is that justice in the land? We're saying it is time to have bolder conversations about our system. How did we get here? And where are we really going to? I want to show you one video again for you to understand that it did not start now. The people that are killing us have been killing us at all levels. At all levels. And we allow them to do that. Listen to Mustafa, this Mustafa guy. He will tell you about the killing of MKO. Yes, Yorubas. Every Yoruba person that is watching this video, and you regard your MKO, Abiola, listen and see how he was killed like a common criminal. And you want to remain in that structure that reduces you to animal.
Yes, so General Abacha, I was kept away from staying with Betty Abdulsalam Abubakar refused me access to it. And even the day they were to take him to Abuja House.
Huh? It's not playing?
Yeah, it's playing double. Check whether maybe it's on also in Facebook or something. It's playing double.
Oh.
Just make sure that you click out of Facebook and have
No,
only this.
I'm not on Facebook.
Why is it doing double? Please try again.
For that interview. Let's come to Abiola said he was not going to go until I come. And thank God, boy testified and said that at Okuta panel. And it was the same Palana that cross-examined the same Zado. He was the same Palana that cross-examined me in 2001. So how can he be changing his mouth? And then when Zadok, who escorted late Chief MKO Abiola, was there, Zadok was called to leave Chief MKO Abiola alone in the parlor of Okuta house where this man was killed. The tea that he was administered to, that I was asked by Falana in the year 2001, around August or so, at Okuta panel, was a big issue. It was that same thing that was administered to him, and after it, looked at what happened. So all the details of what happened leading to let Chief Abiola falling on his face on the floor and abandoned, and nobody was helping him. And all they did was, we sit and wait for doctor. When this one was gasping for air, who helped him? You heard the narrations of Zadok at Okuta panel. Rather than the doctor or the emergency doctors or the doctors on call at the villa who are there, instead they start waiting for a doctor to come. Up until somebody said, okay, now go to hospital. Then they left. I refer you to the narration of Zadok, that speaks for itself. But then, what brought about me being framed, first for coup, so that I could now have the access of searching everything I had, was to now discover this video camera that they later got to know exists in the parlor in Abuja House, where this event took place, meaning it's captured on video.
So you can see from the video, it's not today that these people started their evil ways to keep power to themselves. And they keep reminding us, and I'll keep saying it, Because as long as you are one Nigerian, they will continue to rule you. They're even bold enough to have a license plate, born to
Mm-hmm.
rule,
Mm-hmm.
and you are the slaves. We should even get a license plate that say we are the slaves that are, other people are born to rule. So what is left? The boldness is out of this world, and my people are so, I don't even know.
It's crazy, my dear. And these things are not hidden. Like Mustafa was saying, it was captured in a video. Why would you come for the video and say, let me see, where are the Yorubas? You see, we have a history of injustice at all levels. Why do you want this system to continue? This system, that the only thing it brings is injustice, unfairness, killing, massacre. Every day, once you have a prominent person coming that will lead the people and make them to have welfare, they will kill you. They will give you tea. They will kill you by accident. So many ways. Why then do you want this system to continue? That's what I'm asking. It's so insensitive of people that have not been hurt to be saying, no, 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 let's go, let's go. A lot of us are crying. Many people have been crying. At the introductory level, you see all the stages of hurt. How they've killed people. They want to beat you into submission. People have been hurt and are seeking justice. And it's expanding by the day. That's why you're seeing a lot of agitations and everything, because people have been hurt and they seek justice. And we say you cannot get this justice under this system that produced that hurt in the first place. So let's stop ignoring the cries of our people, especially as our population is growing, both the generation and the population of the people being hurt. Lekki massacre was there. What is giving them the audacity to do this evil? That's what you be asking. How? We seek justice. And justice should be seen as being done. That's what you see. For instance, in 1999, Yorubas were compensated for MKO by bringing back Obasanjo.
Hmm.
Ask yourself, did that serve justice? I mean, has justice been served by that? People say, oh, we are marginalized. They are having pain because of Biafra genocide. And they have done all sorts of things. Nigeria has done all sorts of things. Has justice been served? Why do you think Fulani will allow Igbo man to emerge as president of Nigeria? Why is it that they have been stopping you all this while?
If you are the same nation, right?
Exactly, if you are the same nation. When it was Ekweme time, Ekweme was vice president. So that once they finish, he will now become president. Immediately the coup took place. They came in. So why is it that we call it near success syndrome? Why is it that when you are getting close, they will move the goalpost and you begin again? Igbos, Igbo, you are listening to us, political juggernauts, the elites of Igbo land. Why is it that you have been moving in circles and you know the truth? You know the truth, but you're lying to yourself because of the truth. And then after you say you're representing Ndidi, are you really representing Ndidi? In this regard, what should be the right discussion at this time? With all these pains, injustice everywhere, everyone crying, everyone is hot. Nigeria, if Nigeria never do you, if Nigeria never do you, no get sense. But if Nigeria do you, you get sense by force. Why do we keep moving the goalpost? Each time something right can be done, somebody will go and do something. Somebody should be asking that question. Why is it that our politicians are taking us for granted? What gives them the ability to do it. Why do we really want to do we really want a nation? Do we want a country? What do we really want? And if we want a nation, how can we become a nation? That should be the question that everybody should be asking. Even Mike said it in the video that we played. He said this is not a nation yet. We did not succeed at building a nation. So what does it mean to be in a nation, to have a nation? Have we agreed to live together? That's the question. Have we even discussed how we want to live together? Look at the massacre that is going on in Middle Belt, Kaduna South, Plateau, everywhere, that belt. The massacre that is going on every time they're killing people. Why are we killing ourselves if we have chosen to live together? What's the essence of the killing? Who is funding Boko Haram? Why is there terrorism everywhere in Nigeria? And what is the purpose of terrorism going on in Nigeria?
Other people are going to the moon.
When people are going to the moon, thinking of how to manufacture things to take care of their people. We are here drinking blood everywhere. And somebody thinks that the solution is to get PVC. Have you not voted enough? Have you not been doing that all your life? Why are you going in circle like a rat in a maze? Where are you going to stop? You see, originally, Nigeria was negotiated on tribal grounds, not based on ideology. They came as Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, and we are negotiating based on that. That's how Nigeria was started. So when the military ran in and scattered everything and threw everybody into confusion, yes, definitely, there will be death. And that death will continue until we go and renegotiate our union. Somebody should be saying, what went wrong with our union? How can we make it right? If you are in a bad marriage and your wife is crying and bleeding, your in-laws, the children, everybody's being hurt. The next thing to say is not, bring me rice, let me eat. You should be saying, how can we make it better for the people that live in the family? We are all dying. We are all bleeding. Was Nigeria a common project? What was the destination of Nigeria when it was set up? What about the issue of our assets being taken, stolen, taken away to everywhere? Why do we live in lack? Go ahead, is that?
No, everywhere. Now I'm listening to my sister.
Yes. We have resources in Nigeria, in Africa, everywhere. The resources are not for the people. The people are living in abject poverty to the extent that Nigeria has become the capital, the poverty capital of the world. But the resources in the land are flying everywhere, exploitation everywhere. I will told you that this is happening through the instrumentation of the 1999 Constitution. So what will be the question of somebody that is thinking straight, not a criminal, not a stupid person? Because some people don't like the way they call them stupid, but they're acting stupid. You like to act stupid? And then if I say, why are you acting stupid? Say, don't call me stupid. I just asked, I said, why are you acting stupid? Why do you know that this is not right and you're doing it? Don't you know that means you're stupid? I just asked the question in no tone. I didn't call you stupid. Our politicians, why are you acting stupid? Our church leaders, why are you acting stupid? Our traditional leaders, the youths, why have you chosen the path of stupidity? I just want to know. Tell me. I'm asking a question. Just tell me. Please, you can go ahead. The next video is
Yeah, he beats all imagination, especially when we come from a place where every one of us want to talk.
Yeah.
We want to chime in. We know what is going on. We are
Mhm.
hanging on the outside and we are speaking on the issue that is happening where the doors are closed. You have not been closed. You don't know what is being discussed. Yet you are quick to share information. And we are asking that is the height of your responsibility for you to speak on issues that you know nothing about. It is very deadly because it's not even fun anymore because we've done it for years. We have spoken eloquently on things that we don't know about because we can speak English. We have shown up in places to elaborate on information that we have no evidence on because we can speak. And we're saying that you are adding to our detriment. You are actually causing death to upon our people. So now you will not say that you didn't know. Maybe before you thought you were doing a showing off, but our lives are endangered. So you cannot continue in that manner. You cannot continue to speak on things you don't know about. For every one of us, thank God for internet. There is a way for you to do your research. There is a way for you to understand anything that is going on and have some type of idea about it. We cannot afford to allow people to speak on our behalf when they don't know anything that we are doing. Everybody has their own idea. They want to for us to go and vote in the election. They want us to promote this group of people, and we're saying that 22 years in making. This is what the issues are. It has not changed. We have not left our lane. We are sitting here because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And if it's not the truth, why is the Nigerian government running from it? Why is everyone? You saw that brother there. I don't know how to say his last name. They all have this information that we will never move forward. And for the good men and women that are keeping quiet, because that's what we've been doing all along. We keep quiet and we think we can go to church and pray about it and bring it to the Lord. Eh, the Lord is not coming. This is a case of a mother that have trained their children to go to college, get a good job, and the boy finish college and stay at home. They don't want to use their education for anything. God is not coming. Stop wasting your time. Stop giving too much tithes, midweek service, everyday service. That's not gonna change anything. What's gonna change is for you to wake up and say, let me go and check to see what is going on here so that we can know how to solve it. Nobody's coming in. UN is not coming, and Jesus is not coming either. Hmm? Rapture is not coming. The only thing that will be raptured will be you and me. Nobody. This earth will continue to exist. And those that choose to survive, they have done their homework to survive, then and their children will live on. And then they will come to your town 1,000 later and say there used to be a village here called Omaya. Now it's under siege, it's under the war somewhere. That's what that will happen. It will be history. You'll be in a history book, maybe on a Google YouTube channel. There is a way
Oh,
out, people. There is a way out. It's not that difficult. As we're
hmm.
speaking, our little ones are now turning into ritualistic behaviors, eating dead body and cutting head and cooking it. That's where we are.
It's so terrible.
Hmm?
You mentioned something about college. I remember there's a story that broke out because our people are going everywhere looking for where to go to school. This student in Ukraine say he died of cold and pneumonia. Oh, he slept. He woke up. The mother is there crying. Oh, my 19-year-old. I was talking to him until he went to bed. And then they say he caught cold. And then in the morning he died of pneumonia. And then the Abikeda the grade that is there talking. He said, hey, that even in Cyprus, 26 students died. They're just talking it like that. It's okay. And somebody said, who is making Nigeria ungovernable? Why these criminals are going scot-free everywhere? No criminal charges. People come in, kill our children, do anything they want to do. They are to them, promise them they will give them school, do this. Nobody's holding anybody accountable. Why? We are being distracted from building a true democracy. People run the government down. Nothing is working. Why? Meanwhile, the politicians are playing politics while our children die. You see, until Nigeria happens to you, you will never understand that this system is not working. And this system that produces nothing but mediocrity and nepotism will never work. Some people are preaching, no, I'm not a tribalistic person. It's not what we're talking about. Whether you're tribalistic or you're not tribalistic, that is not the topic on the table. You are there talking tribalism and not tribalism. MKO died. There is so much disunity. There's lack of trust. And we want our people not to forget where we are coming from. Because when you know where you're coming from, you will know how to proceed. There are several forces that will not allow even an evil president to emerge. And even if he emerges, he will still be like good luck Ebele Jonathan. Ineffective, he will not produce. Because there are people within the system to frustrate whatever you try to do. Look at the historical perspective. Look at what has been happening. Then you will begin to understand. Why do we even practice political zoning in the first instance? Because it will improve the lot of the people that you're zoning the candidate to. If you zone the candidate, the presidency to Igbo, does it mean that Igbo will be taken care of? No. If you zone it to Yoruba, does it mean that Yoruba people will be taken care of? Like good luck, when good luck was the president, the Otueke people or whatever people, South people, were they taken care of? Were their needs met? You see? So we are just here to fulfill the selfish ambition of these politicians. They will become governor, they will become senator, they will become president, and they will die. And then another will start. His son will begin, become senator, become president, become whatever, and then die in the same second. How can we get somebody into the system that will build infrastructure for the people at local levels? He said that will never happen under 1999 Constitution. Things will never change until our attitude towards our political structure and governance changes. We are the ones that will change it. Currently, we have failing political structures that will never allow us to build our nation. That's the truth.
Yep.
How do we remove these obstacles from our way? That's what people should be asking. These obstacles that kill good leaders, that when good people, we have good candidates that we know that can produce, when they come, they kill them. Who are these people? They are still the military dictators. Obasanjo, IBB, Babangida, Buhari, Gowon, Danjuma, Abubakar. They derailed our democracy. It's not like these people are hidden. And they're still coming out to grant interviews and tell you what they did. We should be learning from history. They removed history from our classrooms, but Google, thank God that my sister told you, Google is there to give you history. These people are proud of what they have done, and they will grant interview and still tell you that they didn't think that this person will do this, that this person will do that, and that's why they did this and did that. And you are swallowing it. Because when they finish what they do, they compensate themselves with oil blocks, and the resources and power and land grabbing.
Extend it to their girlfriends.
And extend to their girlfriends, their brothers, their sisters, their wives, their cousins, and their mistresses. This is what is going on. If you now know this truth, why have you chosen not to do the right thing? So I'm asking you the purpose of truth. And she says about to play a video also that said people are being eaten alive. They are not eating our children, and you are allowing it. You watching us, you are allowing it. Whether you're a church goer, politician, you are allowing it. Listen to this man. Thank you, Sister Mona.
Unknown to her that the son had already prepared a pot where he will use the mom for ritual. Something is wrong. I mean, something is wrong. Somewhere. And look at this. If he give the mom, look at this. The mom is thanking God
After the struggle, broke out the window, and then the people got to see the violent action and came into the rescue of the woman. That's why I encourage every parent today. Don't rejoice too much over that kind of wealth. You can't explain what your son is doing, and those things are coming. It may be a preparation for their burial, because you will soon be a target if nothing is done now. My son, this car you came back with, where did it come from? How did you make this money? He said, no, it is God. Tell him, show me your works, by that your faith that brought this. Men and women of God, we have a serious challenge today in our society. We all have our congregation, and in a number of occasions we call them our sons. And these people will bring something to you. A member of your church, you know very well, this young man does not have anything clearly doing. As a matter of fact, doing nothing. All of a sudden, he will bring an offering. Oh, a breakthrough offering. 1 million, 10 million. And you will say, my son, kneel down. Man of God, woman of God, that is not your son. It's a son that is societal cancer, and you may be a target one day. My son, kneel down. Where you get this money from? Go back and get more. Hi. Has there not come to a point where we have men like Prophet Elijah, that even Naaman he healed, brought a gift, but because he despised his God, he said, I don't need that your gift. And there no occasion where men like Simon the sorcerer brought money to Peter. He said, perish with your money. Not every gift is breakthrough. Not all are destiny helpers. We need to come to that realization where someone you know very well. My son, sit down. Where did you get this money? Now you get to understand. You are leading these people as a sheep, not to go as well. It is time for us to begin as a society, as men and women of God, to be able to ask our members, where is this money coming from? Everything is not breakthrough. Everybody is not a destiny helper. Some of them could be a trial of your faith. To know how much you trusted in the God to provide you genuine helpers in unison. It's not into where it be, let it be. No. See, all these things we are celebrating today, if that is all we are hoping for, then we say we are all men most miserable. We are all men most miserable. His Highness, Majesty, the person you are giving a title, what is he doing? If we ask this question, this evil will not continue. Train a child in the way he will go. That's a level he will reach. He will be able to make the right judgments. You know what? Let's hear that later.
I thank you, Abba Father. I thank you, Holy Spirit, for esteeming and giving me in head. I thank you, Abba Father.
From her speech, you cannot know that this woman may be a God-fearing woman, perhaps may have been able to train this young boy in the way of God. But something happened. One brought the body change. Look at the son. In innocence you can see. Innocence you can see. What went wrong here? This where come.
What went wrong here? What went wrong here? He said that an idle man is the devil's workshop. Okay, my sister fell out. An idle man is the devil's workshop. When we leave our young ones without anything to do, when we hold on, guys, let me bring Sitinki back. I don't know what happened. Yeah, so when we leave our young ones with nothing to do, our politicians using our resources to bring their children here to in diaspora and pay their school fees for 10 years in case they don't pass and finish in 4 years. When we have government that is not working, when we are funding Boko Haram, when we are supposed to be building colleges, when we are supposed to be creating jobs, when we are bringing foreigners into our land and making Nigeria fluid so that all their Fulani friends can come in and take over the land, when we are using our money to sponsor our girlfriends and send them overseas and whatever else that we are doing overseas or whatever else that we are doing, and leaving our young boys with nothing to do and ask them to fast and pray. Or better yet, get so desperate that they will invite their mother to their house and they want to kill the mother. Or invite their girlfriends to an uncompleted building and cut off their head and start eating it. You can see we all have failed these children. We all should be standing there, not them. All of us should be standing there with no clothes, looking the way they are looking. We have failed them as mothers, as fathers, aunties, whatever else that you are wasting your time now doing anything to bring that defunct federation down. If you are not doing anything, you are part of the problem.
Yeah.
If you haven't understand what we need to do in order for us to have a good place that is sustainable for these young boys, you are one of the problems.
Yes.
Or problems. So if you are not doing what you're supposed to do at this point in time and stop calling God and Jesus, you are one of the problems. We need to move, people. You can see we have no time. Our young ones are so desperate. They are doing all manner of things that is unimaginable. As we're sitting here, we're thinking this is the worst one. Next week now, we hear the one that is even worse. Are we talking about those that are eating poop or whatever they are doing to survive? And we're asking those, whether you're playing movie to make money or you're calling yourself Bollywood and superstars, stop sending wrong signals to our young ones.
Exactly.
Stop sending bad messages to our young ones. When is the last time you guys have done movie about good governance?
Exactly.
About where America was built? About where people can use their resources to help others, not stolen resources? When are we going to show our young ones good examples? So they can know that this is done. When are we going to show them that it's not by having a club where they sell body parts is how you're going to be rich? That if you do the right thing to get your study, then you're supposed to get a job. You may not be a billionaire, but you're supposed to get a job that should make you wake up every morning and go to it and come back from tired. What are we doing, mothers, brothers, sisters? You see, we cannot afford to let politicians to continue to take us to that death trap called selection, because that's what it is. And some people will say, okay, yeah, what are you saying? Okay, what about 2023 election? If it happens, you will die more. You think what you're hearing now is worse? You will die more, and God will sit in heaven and eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Nothing will happen.
Yep.
And He's not coming either.
You chose to be stupid, so why would God be bothered?
There you go.
He has given you all the resources, giving you everything. You are intelligent. You prove it all the time when you travel outside that dungeon that you are intelligent. God Himself is saying, why are you not using your intelligence? God is asking a question. He's asking you. That's what you're waiting for. He's saying, why are you being lazy? So we're saying that this system needs to be fixed first. That's what we're saying. We're not saying that we don't believe in election. If people do an election, if the system is right, yes, the system is right. But this political system that brings out only political errors needs to be correct first. That's what we're saying. Mark our words. We say something needs to happen first before the other one will happen. That is what we're saying. If your ladder is Steve Covid has said it. He said, if your ladder is against the wrong wall, any step you take, you're going faster into the wrong destination.
Free fall.
Yes. Because that's where we're supposed to be going. But we need to begin to re-evaluate the type of country and relationship we want. That's what we need to do. What is stopping us from being the people that we ought to be? And thank God for NINAS, Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. NINAS has worked for years. For the first time, we are beginning to talk sense. We are beginning to say the things we are supposed to say. We are forming alliances according to our values. Because you must work with your core values. You have to work with people that think the way you think so that you can get the results you want. Somebody wants to kill you and destroy you. You can't form alliance with him because that's not what you want for yourself. You want to form alliance with people that want to be alive, people who want to go to the moon, people that want to prosper. That's what you ought to do. So we're saying that we are the employers of these politicians. We should not be allowing them to take us for a ride. And when they don't listen to us, we should do something to make them to listen. Because we are the employers of labor. Currently, there are two political parties. And we are telling you, we have told you on this platform that these political parties are two sides of the same coin. Whether APC or PDP, that's why you see them entering here and there. There's no ideological difference. Whether they are here or here is the same thing. APC, PDP, PCP, osmosis. If the salt goes this side, water will follow. If the salt goes this side, water will follow. We have every 8 years, they use you to do experiments. Very risky experiments. We're saying, how do we get out of this poverty? How do we get out of this massacre? How do we get the best to lead us? That's our question. That's what it should be. You don't pray for leaders. For those of you that they deceive inside church, they sit down, let us pray for good leader. No, you don't pray for good leader. You stand up and put up a system that will ensure that you get the type of leaders that you deserve, the type of leaders that you want. If that system is not in place, if you want, pray from now till thy kingdom come, nothing will happen. Because your prayer is an abomination before God. Yeah, it's a manipulative, deceptive prayer, so it does not even cross the ceiling. Rather, it's abomination before God. If the country was working, it will not matter the tribe that is the president. If you had a system that was working. So we want to start with our reality today. Our reality today is that we have Sharia coexisting in a secular constitution. Something that they call constitution. And what we'll be doing is to fix that anomaly. Not planning to go to another election. Oh, another selection, like my sister said. When you know that the 2023 general selection is about the party that wins, not about you. That election is about the party that will win in order for them to continue to loot your resources. That's what it's about. It is not going to improve the welfare of the people. Then you know one thing that will happen? Those two parties will kill themselves in the days ahead. They will use you cause your children as thugs. They will kill themselves. You don't need a prophet to tell you this. For those of you that they like giving prophecies, use your common sense. 2023 is about the party that will win. PDP wants to remove APC. APC does not want PDP to remove APC. So it's tug of war. You don't need prophecy to know that there will be killings. They will be killing themselves so that this will be achieved. Who will lose at the end? The people. They say when two elephants fight, the grass will suffer. You are the grass. While APC and PDP continue to fight, struggle for who will be the chief looter. In reality, at this level of our development, we don't like lying to ourselves. We are ethnic and tribal conscious. That's who we are. I'm conscious that I'm an Igbo person. You are conscious that you're Yoruba. This person is conscious that he's in job. This person is conscious that he's Hausa. And there's nothing wrong with it because we are born that way. And at this level of our development, so for us to move forward, we must negotiate and then talk about the terms of our union. We are also religious beings, as if the matter is not enough, as if the tribal own is not enough. There is also the religious own inside. We can't continue to deny the obvious. We are not yet working on this on based. We're not yet working on working based on ideologies. We are not working on ideologies yet. We are working on identity. That is why you hear a lot about zoning, political zoning. It happened in First Republic, it happened in Second Republic, it happened in Third Republic, Fourth Republic. It has been happening. Our system has been about zoning this, zone local government, zone chairman, zone, because we are tribal beings. We are religious beings. So because of that, that's the reality of the table. If we don't have proper discussion on how things need to be done and have it written and documented, we will continue to kill ourselves. So in order for us to stop killing ourselves so that we can move forward, we need to get back to the discussion table. Some people say we're having conferences, we're having a DoT. That's not all those deceptive things where they will just get their brothers and sisters, go to hotel, eat meat pie and drink mineral and say we have national conference. That's not it. The owners of the land, yes, and they are forming alliance. And they are writing, as we speak, they are writing charters of relationships. In the block, the lower Niger block, they are working on it. In middle belt, they are working on it. Yorubas are doing it. These people are discussing by themselves under the mango tree, if you may wish, because their democracy, their sovereignty was stolen, was hijacked. But it wasn't taken because you know it cannot be taken because it's an inalienable right. So nobody can take it away from them. The owners of the company are under the mango tree discussing how they will live. Yes, the discussion is going on. Even when you politicians stole from them, stole the company, stay in AC, gallivanting and helping yourself, they are still aware that they are the owners of the land. So what did they do? They went under the mango tree to have that discussion that you do not want them to have. And that discussion, as we speak, is going on. And they are producing documents that will help them to do what they want to do. So do not think that, oh, because you hijacked their sovereignty, that they now forgot their sovereignty. They didn't. Because according to UN Charter, their sovereignty is with them. That's why USSR broke into 15 countries and they are moving forward. Other nations have been doing it. So this is not the first time that we have criminals coming to hijack the sovereignty of the people, which is what is happening in Nigeria. However, the owners of the land are discussing and are planning. Nigeria as an entity is a failed state. We, the people, are not failed. We have not failed ourselves. We still have our brain. So we are discussing and we're saying enough is enough. At the family level, at community level, at church level, state level, national level, enough is enough. That is the message today. The owners of the land are saying enough of this nonsense. We want to put in place a system that will make us to move forward and have the type of development that we want. And it's going on. It's going on. We are moving on. We are moving on. No matter the noise you hear outside, work is going on because you don't need noise to do the work. Like my sister and I, if we want to plan how to set up business, do you think I'll carry my microphone and go in the main road and be shouting? No. I'll call her, we sit down, we plan it. You won't even know that we are planning it until you see us float it. That's how things happen. So it's not about noise making, it's about intelligently working. Go ahead, Sister Lola.
Go ahead. All right. Well, it's time to call in if you want to contribute to today's show. I'm trying to get our question of the week to show up a little bit on the screen. So give me a minute. So we're doing a question of the week where if you get the question right and you text us your WhatsApp number, will text you the recharge card. And this is only open to those back home. Maybe in other African continent, if the charge card that we got in Nigeria will work. So if you answer the question of the week correctly, you will be able to get, we'll text you the 1,000 naira recharge card. So you're the first person that answers the question correctly. Just to be warned, at some point in time, we will list the names of our winners just to encourage others to do the same. So let me pull that up real quick. And the phone number, I think the phone number to call is +1 774 338 0942 +1 774 338 0942. That number can be called as a WhatsApp or it can be called as a regular number here in the US. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I
So
want you to call if you can and then ask questions um, and then be part of the discussion. These things we say they're not hidden. It's just that people have been doing the more you look, the less you see. And we say no, it's not okay for you to do the more you look, the less you see. We want you to be able to see and understand what you're seeing. Because when that happens, you begin to think, so how do we change it? Because if you don't understand the nature of the disease, you will not even understand why the treatment is the way it's supposed to be. So that is why we want our people to think as we speak. We are pointing out things to you. Do your research and confirm what we're saying. They're not hidden. We do our research too. Some of these things happen, we're not even there, but we are able to come to you and tell you, which means that you also can get this information. They're not hidden. Google, find out what is going on. There's a reason why the people you hear die, kill, all this is for a reason. There is a purpose. The Buhari that you're seeing, he is here with some people's agenda. 200 years agenda. And they're running with it. So don't think that Buhari doesn't know what he's doing. When you see Nigeria that is ineffective, it's not because people don't know where they're going. They know where they're going. So that where they're going is not where you are going. Their destination is not your destination. So that's why you see what you see. And we're saying, if you know that that's not your destination, why have you chosen to be in the same vehicle with somebody that is traveling somewhere else? At least sit down and plan the trip. Let's discuss the trip. And that is where referendum is coming in. I'm waiting for you when you're ready. It's coming in.
all right, I think I have it up. Is it showing? Because I'm not seeing the screen.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Can you see it? You can see the question. Okay, good. All right. So our question of the week today says, let's see. Can you still see it? Hello? Uh-oh. Hello, Sister, are you still there? Uh-oh. Okay, looks like Sister P fell out. I'm not on the screen anyway. Let me just leave it at this. All right, our question of
Okay.
the week. You're back?
Yeah, but
Um,
it was up initially. Let me see.
I was trying to blow it up, but each time I blow it up, I don't think you can see it anymore. Okay, so the question of the week says, how long ago did Nina's project of self-determination commence? How long ago? So if you know the answer, just text us to +1 774 338 0942 on WhatsApp. The first person to text is the one that will get
Yeah,
the
the
recharge.
correct answer, yeah.
Yes.
The first
So
question, the correct answer.
how long ago? So I hope our audience can see it. I think I can copy and paste it in the platform as well, just in case.
Yeah, they can see it. It's coming out fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going
Right.
off.
So if you have the answer, you can text us and we'll text you the recharge card. Okay. So this is just a way to encourage our people, especially the younger ones. If we understand what is doing us, like my sister will say, we'll know how to we know how to manage ourselves. So for years we didn't understand what was doing us. We thought it was our grandmother that was holding us hostage. We even destroyed everything, all the houses, the old houses that we should have used as museum in our family compounds. We all, burned it down because we thought it was holding us hostage. We have destroyed them. Our uncle that we thought was holding us hostage died. Nothing has changed. Everybody is dying. The whole tree, the whole big trees in the family houses, everybody cut them down. Here, so we just want to tell you that it's the 1999 Constitution. That is a diagnosis. So
Yep.
that you're not running around from pillar to post and using tom and cup and juju on your waist. That's not the problem. If we take down this Constitution, our lives will instantly change.
Instantly.
Go to behind and will change. So please, our people, understand this. And you can see that we are consistent with what we're saying. Thank God our discussion here is not dependent on money, how much money they will put into our account.
No.
They will come every morning as sisters and mothers to let you guys know that we can do this. It's not far fetched. It's not far fetched. It's not something that is undoable. The only thing that is making it drag along is that people are not understanding. They are not
Yes.
opening up their Christmas gifts to see what's in it. The gift has been delivered a long time ago, my people. Open it so we can move on. It's not that difficult at all. All right. So if you are the first to text us to that WhatsApp number, you will be the winner for the day. We are not getting any phone calls. This is fine. Please help us to continue to share this information with our people because we don't want to be spending our energy on something that will not lead us to our destination. And lack of information is the biggest deterrent to our freedom, lack of information. And speak people speaking when they don't know what the issues are. So let's move on, people. It's not that difficult. I keep saying this. We can do this. We
can.
can do this.
Yes, we can.
So you have to believe in yourself. The work has been done. Let's enforce this work that has been done on our behalf, and we call it a day. People like Okoro
Korocho, Koros.
Whatever, will not come out and tell us he'll be our president. Ojus Okano, the chief criminal himself, will not come and tell me he wants to be the president. Every one of them will not come out to say they will do us. The ones confirmed criminals, confirmed criminals. We want new brain. You see that boy that tried to kill his mom? We want those young people to be, because he's full of energy. He has time to work. He's not gonna go to a meeting and be sleeping. He will do his exercise, get up by 4 in the morning and be at work by 6 o'clock to serve his people. We need to offer our young ones opportunity to do the work. Babangida, the ones in wheelchair, the ones that are already dead, the ones that are coming out from their graveyard to run for presidency. That's not what we want. We want our children to take over. We want our children to begin the good work that will lead us where we're going. But as long as you are an uncompleted building, cutting heads and eating dead body or dead bodies, I don't know what else to do for you guys. God has delivered us. It's up to us to accept the deliverance, and then we will be on our way to where we want to go. Sister, your final words.
Thank you. So, in summary, of people, the constitutional force majeure has been done because, like we told you, we're following step by step. And these things, we're not just scratching our heads and bringing them out. You go to Nina's website, ninas.voice.org, you will see the templates, the 16 templates of the things that people have been working even before we arrived. Now, we are on number 14, 15 combined. The constitutional force majeure has been done. We are discussing negotiating at all levels of this negotiation. We are talking negotiating at all levels, and results are coming. Some of the things you see them permutation, that political permutation you're seeing, is because they are seeing that discussion. We might not be making too much noise because it's not about noise making. It's about using your brain, knowing the doors to knock, knowing the laws to present, knowing the things to say, how to say it. That's why most of the time you see our brother Tony Nadi speaking. It's not because he's the only one speaking. For those that are getting the information wrong, he's not the only one. We are many, but these things have to be said in a particular way. That's why we chose that he should be speaking on our behalf. Then we call him all the time. We talk to him all the time. We talk to everyone all the time, saying what we want and how we want it. What are the legal ways to do it? How do we do it? So work is going on. The intellectuals, the intelligent people are working behind. It's not about noise making. So the next thing, like we said, is the regional referendum. That's the next stop. The evil people will be running their campaign. No? We will be running our own campaign. Because in South Africa, while Codesa was working, the appetite government was still there. But they continue to move until the true one moved ahead. And then this one surrendered. So we are not giving up. No matter how they are moving with their political whatever, they are criminals and they will continue to be criminals. So they'll be stealing fast because they know that this other one is coming. So we will continue to run our campaign and we tell you to encourage others. Spread this message. Tell them about this campaign. The campaign is that we want regional referendums. We want Nigeria, we want the 1999 Constitution to be thrown into the dustbin, to be burned, thrown away. We do referendum. When we finish referendum, we will now say, I'm ready to form union with who, with this or that. People will stay in their mind. One man, one vote. One man, one vote. That's the voting that we are planning for. One man, one vote. Tell the politicians that we, the people, said that the voting that we want to do is voting at referendum to decide who we want to build the nation with, who is inside and who is outside. As we do that, transitional government will be in place, managing the day-to-day affairs while we make this crucial decision. We have a dispute, a land dispute, and we want it resolved before we start thinking of who wants to be president. That is not our problem right now. Our problem is that our land is on fire, and we want to quench the fire. And my people said that if your house is on fire, you don't go chasing rats. So we don't want to be chasing rats. We want to put out the fire on our land. Is it difficult to understand? No. Spread the message. Spread. We are proceeding with what we're doing. More people are joining. More and more people, because we are seeing the full state of Nigeria. These are our five demands. You want me to run through it? So these are the 5 demands of the Constitutional Force Majeure of December 16th, 2020. 5 demands, 5-point demands of leaders. 1. Nigeria is a disputed project. 6. Declaration of Constitutional Force Majeure on 16th December 2020. That means that we said there is a union dispute. There's a property dispute. Who owns Papa's land? That's what we're saying. There is a dispute. And those that are taking loan or granting loan to Nigeria, we see them. They move from China to Europe looking for loan. Anyone giving loan to these criminals that are managing Nigeria, you are doing it at your own risk. Because Nigeria is a disputed union. That union is in dispute. Either you hear or you don't hear. If you land on your head, then it will land on your head. Number 2, commitment to decommission the repudiated 1999 Constitution. So it has been done, the declaration has been done, just like they did 1914 amalgamation. You were not there, but the amalgamation went on, and that rogue Nigeria is still until today. You were not there when they did it. So you don't need to say, I was there when they did declaration of Constitutional Force Majeure. You were represented. We are your mothers. We represented you. And other people represented other people. We did it. It was done on the 16th of It has been done. So all you need to do is to say, yes, I like what was done, and I'm in support of it. Number three, suspend the election, the 2023 election. We're not talking about the bike elections, the small ones, no. The major one, that's the union election, the election that says, because you have to have a nation before you can have a general election to get a president that will be in charge of the union. If the union is in dispute, what president are you looking for? So suspend the election, the preparation for that your fake election, because you're not going to get your leaders anyways, you're going to get only your looters. It says suspend it. Political parties in Nina's alliance territory are to close shop and not prepare for elections in 2023 under the repudiated 1999 constitution. Parties close shop. APC, PDP close shop. You're criminals. You are only thinking of how you will win so that you continue to loot, not how the people can be taken care of. As a we say, close shop. Let's resolve this union dispute first. And then the next one is dialogue and negotiations with leaders to determine modalities for the transitional government. We told you there's going to be transitional government, and there need to be modalities. Please, can you raise it up? I can't see the down part. There needs to be modalities set for the transitional government, not another rogue government. Then the next time, because in that transitional government, you're going to talk about the framework, we're going to talk about the timeline and the members. These things need to be put in place. Then the last one, we want to start time-bound transitional government when ethnic nationalities will conduct their regional referendums to decide whether to recommit or not to commit. That decision needs to be made, and nobody will make it on our behalf. Each person will vote, one man, one vote. Start the time-bound transitional government when ethnic nationalities will conduct their regional referendums to decide whether to recommit or to abandon the union. The people need to make that decision, not the politicians. The politicians are criminals, we are telling you, they are rogues. All they care about is how their party will win so that they will continue to steal your money and divide among themselves. So the politicians are not representing you. National Assembly, they lack the mandate to make constitution, so they are not the ones to do it. We, the people, are the ones to do it. And in that referendum, we will vote one man, one vote. Okorocha is one man. He's not going to represent you. Agaribe is one man. Itobi is one man. Tinubu is one man. Obasanjo, Osibanjo, Osekanjo, Njonine, they are all one vote. You, the people, listening to me, you deserve to vote with your friend to decide where you want to be. And when you make that decision, you not block my block. Those that want to be inside Nigeria will now go ahead and make a new constitution that the people will make. Those that say we don't want to be inside Nigeria, you go outside. Those that want to say you will renegotiate this. So people that are lying, saying, oh, they want to break Nigeria, oh, they want to break Nigeria. It's not our decision. It's the decision of the people. What the people decide is what we do. It's not whether break or not break, no. So please come on board.
Thank you, my sister. Aga m agbalị ka m were sụọ ihe a n'asụsụ Igbo maka ndị be anyị, ndị nne na-ege anyị, ndị daughters of truth nọ n'ala anyị na-ege anyị na-achọ ka ha ghọta ihe anyị na-eme ihe. So anyị na-eme ihe a na-akpọ 5 demands ndị Minas chọpụtara ọ wepụtara na a ga-eji were nweta ihe a na-akpọ self-determination. Nigeria wụ project ajụrụ ajụ. And I do this project since December 16th of 2020. Like one you could have a kill of look at and not get down. So when they go to wine or Kataraka, where I say, Nigeria, Nigeria, the animal, and I just give. Nine chalk, I know Katono, Naiga, Apokatankata, where Maruka is Rachel ED. So the second one is I do the commitment. I show that the government is very commitment. In the commission, the high drive, that 1999 constitution high drive. Ghana ọkwa military decree. Ndị amị were tụkwasị issue. Ndị obodo ndị ọzọ si n'ọnwụ pressure cooker. Oh my God, has a pressure cooker. I think I let it there, yeah, yeah, 1 second. No pressure cooker for justice. I say, you will commitment, you make cashier. I am as a one gato. Can suspend their 2023 selection because the purpose now for election or selection. And selection I got in John and I had the computer there, man. So I got my back end, how manipulate the number, how profitable, you know, what you choice, you guys are doing at all goods. I know you, especially the political parties in Kenya, also even winners. Side they even represent the leaders, the middle belt, the south, and the rest of us not down there. Kaiju, ihe iso ha eme 2023 election a under the same constitution anyị sị ha gbakashie si ile anya na o make the sense na anyị sị ha gbakashie constitution ha na-aga isue na anyị ga-eji were chi anyị a na-asị ahụ ha ka anyị gaa election on it so anyị na-asị ka ha kwụsị niile gbasara election 2023 anyị were na-asị nke anọ na anyị ga-enwe ihe a na-akpọ nkwurịkọta to the ka anyị chọta ụta anyị ga-esi were nweta ihe a na-akpọ transitional gọọmenti nke wụ gọọmenti nke ga-anọ mgbe anyị ga na-enwe exchange abata ihe anyị chọrọ ime na ihe anyị achọrọ ime ino ha nọrọ ebe ahụ were mechaa ya ụkwa na ndị nke ga-anọ forever ndị nke ga-anọ nọ ntị emechaa ihe a na-eme ndị mmadụ were pụtasị otu ha si were chọọ ya ihe niile a ka anyị chọrọ ka ndị Nigerian gọọmenti leba anya so that adị nrụzie na mgbe ọgwụgwụ anyị asị anyị chọrọ ịwụ ndị Naijiria anyị achọghị ịwụ ndị Naijiria anyị chọrọ constitution nke anyị achọghị constitution nke anyị niile nwere ike nwee okwu gbasara otu anyị ga-esi were biri asụ ụmụnne ọwa ụmụnna otu anyị ga-esi were si anyị achọ ọzọ ibi adịghị ọzọ anyị na-achọ ịkọ ọrụ unu na anyị si na-achọghị ibidozi ime na ịhụ nwanne anyị ndị Yoruba anyị agba aha egbe ma ndị Hausa anyị agba aha egbe no ọ ka anyị were chịkọta onwe anyị ọnụ n'ọkwadụ mgbe ideziri onwe gị nwere ike idezi onye ọzọ n'otu ile anyị si were biri na ihe niile ga-eghe agha onye ụlọ ya na-agba ọkụ a na-achọ onye ọzọ na-edigide so that anyị decide na anyị ga-ebi ka nwanne anyị anọkwa ka legide onwe anyị isi ajụ anyị onye anyị were chọwa ndị ọzọ anyị na-edegide ọkwado ihe anyị si ka anyị kwuo gwa unu n'ehihie ka ọ n'ụtụtụ a na US here n'ehihie n'ụlọ ebe unu nọ na-ege so ndewonu we hope to see you guys next Saturday. I said I was going to swallow Igbo today, you know. We are speaking English every day. Steffi was courageous enough to do it last year. I said I'm gonna try my best, you know, so that we can go home. We are not playing now, people. We really want people to understand how serious this is. You can see that now. Ndị actually can buy, you know, ihe anyị na-ekwu. Ọkwado ihe mere na anyị ji anyị nọrọ na ha agbanyụ anyị nwere almost 15,000 followers. Ha na-ekwede ka, you know, like I said, ụmụ m na di m 6 adịghị anyị. Then ha ga-ekweta ka ndị ọzọ le ha agbanyụcha ọkụ because ha hụrụ na anya ihe ga-abara ndị be anyị uru. So nyere anyị aka gbasa ozi help us to share this information. They will continue to block and make it sound like nobody is watching. Then we know the amount of phone calls that we get. So please don't be discouraged.
Yes, and sorry, just to add, because our people are even sharing to specific people, because the type of people that call us means that you're sharing even to the politicians, the people that need to hear it. So it's not about mass number. It's because this is not pornography video. This is political talk. This is issues that are being discussed, places that you are not. We are there. So we come back, give you feedback. So please, your work is, we are appreciating your work. We are noticing it, so that we are not saying it. Because it means that you're sharing it in WhatsApp groups, you're sharing it to individuals in your contacts, in your phone. Facebook cannot stop that. That is coming directly from you to your uncles, your aunties, and you're telling them, please watch this. And they're watching.
They are.
So please keep up the good job. We will finish this one. We will finish it.
All right. And thank you so much, Sydney. Sydney got the question of the week correctly. He's the first person to answer. So, yeah, Sydney, you'll be getting a text message, okay, with the calling card. Thank you all so much. We'll see you guys next week. And please remain safe. Bye.
Bye. You need to put that system that you're enjoying where you live in the land, because we believe that our people deserve better. Our people deserve better than giving them crumbs. Today you give them $10, tomorrow €10, tomorrow you give them this. These are clothes. You said our people deserve to live in a good environment. And that is why we're calling on you this morning. That you will join us to pull down that book of Lucifer, that singular book of Lucifer that has brought nothing but death, misfortune, underdevelopment to our people, to us, to everyone. Because Nigeria, as currently constituted, is crime against humanity and it needs to stop. Thank you. Please, I will read you the next video.
Yes, just a little bit of correction. Please, I forgot to click the YouTube button and it wasn't there before, but it's there now. So if you are watching us on YouTube, I know you've been looking for it. I'm sorry.
So sorry.
It should be on now. Um, Sorry about that. We're too excited to see you guys. And I forgot.
Our sister, Ambassador Akane. You see, because everyone is speaking. Everyone that knows what is going wrong, what has gone wrong, is saying something. We'll listen to her so that we'll get more information. Some of you have watched this video before. Watch it again because each time you watch, you will hear something that you didn't hear before.
Mm-hmm.
Don't click out and say, oh, I've seen this video before. No. You have seen the video. No, have you come out of the problem? No. So please, don't click out to go and look at a woman's breast and come back. Stay one place. You're not suffering from all of them. I don't want to call it. But stay one place, please. And let's listen to her. Thank you.
Not the truth and nothing but the truth. But France remains as a member of the UN Security Council. And yet France today remains one of the biggest perpetrators of human rights violations in Africa. And everybody is giving it, the world is giving it a blind eye. United Nations. It is a body that's supposed to be the watchdog for human rights violations. France remains the biggest risk to peace and security in Africa today. And nobody is talking about it. France did something absolutely deplorable. Made the former colonists, because they still are colonized, sign a document which they called the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. Did this. On one hand, we're giving you your independence, but on the other hand, sign this document that you are agreeing to continue to be colonized. So two countries said, no way, Jose, we ain't doing this. Guinea and Mali. The French could not understand it. How could an African country dare not want to be affiliated with France? So in their anger, history tells us that they went into those two countries, took everything that they thought they had brought, proceeded to pour concrete into the sewage pipes, completely devastating the two economies. This was also done as a way of letting the other countries know that should you refuse to sign this document, this is the fate that awaits you. So the rest of the countries signed the pact for the continuation of colonization remains in place. What is special about this? The pact for the continuation of colonization said, 1, you shall deposit 85% of your bank reserves with the French Central Bank under the control of the French Minister of Finance. The French government will take all your monies, collectively invest your monies in the French stock market under the French name. And you don't have to know what the returns are. Should you wish to access some of your money, keep in mind that countries are now left with only 15% of their reserves. You have to submit your country's financial report. And if approved, you get to access up to 20% of your deposits from the previous year as a loan at commercial interest rates. I'm going to repeat that. Should you want to access some of your own money,
you have to submit your own country's financial report. And if approved, you get it as a loan at commercial interest rate. So you go from having a humongous credit with France to now owing France for borrowing your own money, a loan that you'll never be able to finish paying. They also said, all your minerals discovered and yet to be discovered, French companies have the first right of refusal. You go to those countries today, all major contracts, French companies have the first right of refusal. The water supply, the power supply, the mining fixtures, the oil rigs, roads construction, airports, French companies have the first right of refusal. If anything is left, the people in your country may get it. They also said, your military can only be trained by France. You can only purchase military equipment from France. France shall have military presence in your country and can invade your country without notice if France feels that her interests in your country are being violated. In the past many years, we've had 67 coups in Africa out of 26 countries. Of the 26 countries, the coups, 16 coups, were 16 countries were former French colonies. To date, 22 African leaders were assassinated during a coup, documented all of them. France was behind it, simply because France felt they were, quote unquote, threatening French interests. Countries are still depositing their funds to France, do's and don'ts as stipulated by the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. You have given up your financial resources. You've given up control of your natural resources.
All right, so we'll have this video on our Facebook page. We have to understand what these issues are in order for us to do things about it, because a lot of you are sitting there thinking that we are not under colonization, and you guys don't know that the same forefathers has just changed hands, and now they're doing the same kind of business in a different manner. So understanding this, so that when we are screaming about those holding us down, we know who to look for. It's not just Britain that is holding us down, because if we need to get Britain to leave us alone, then France, as their NATO uh, connection with their NATO connection, will not allow you, because they are there to protect Britain. So all of them are in the same kind of business, doing the same kind of thing, just in a different manner. So understanding this piece will help us to know who we need to address when it comes to letting go of our rights, in terms of them letting go of our